Growing up, my father was severely abusive from a very young age, and I was 11 years old when he sold me for sex for the first time.
We hear stories every week, every month about kids who are literally being exploited or sold for sex that are going home that night and sleeping in their bed, not kids that are kidnapped and taken somewhere.
We have found that yes, there are people that will come from overseas or out of state through our ports or, drive to Atlanta, whatever it may be. But most of the demand is actually coming from right here at home. So if you're in Atlanta, most of the demand is coming from the northern suburbs. And I think that's surprising and shocking to people. I live in the northern suburbs.
I had like a bunch of different experiences. Sometimes it was going to some man's house down the road, and sometimes it was going to a doctor's office. Sometimes it was a hotel. Sometimes it's a warehouse full of other girls and men.
In large part, it follows disposable income because it has to occur in ways and in places that, $100 or several $100 can go missing and someone not notice that it's gone.
I think the biggest misconception about buyers or Johns is that they look a certain way, and they don't. They're every race, they're all kinds of ages from young to old. They're men, they're women, they're your blue-collar guys, your guys in the street, your drug dealers, and there's guys in college, and you've got older men, you've got pastors, legislators. It's all across the board.
Buyers have to be held accountable for their actions, because if it wasn't for them, there wouldn't be an industry for this horrific phenomenon known as child sex trafficking. And I think for far too long, the demand side wasn't accounted for, and folks weren't held accountable. Too often, the buyers stayed in the shadows, but that's just not the case anymore. It's not going to be that way.